Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. I'm always right. I'm always right. Since the 80s and wasn't always cool, especially with the ladies. I was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules. Selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up. Sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarette butts. Years go by and I got sick. Stage 4 lymphoma, how'd I get this shit? Lucky to be alive, so I changed my ways. I'm on that good life tip today. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Baby, we can have it all. We can make love by the waterfalls. I'm living that good life after all.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Believes. This is Breakfast with Believes. I hope you're having a good morning. I'm having a better morning than I had yesterday. I can tell you that. However, I'm not seeing the crypto market do what it's supposed to be doing right now. And we can take a look here, starting off with the overall market. This is what the overall market's, and I want you guys to just take a glance at what is happening right here. And I want you to, I want to give you just a little bit of perspective. For a long time, we've been tied in directly with the rest of the markets, right? Crypto pumps, like assets like commodities dump, right? Or the Dow Jones pumps, the markets pump, commodities dump, and you know, it's been back and forth. And then when the market dumps, then commodities pump, and that's always been the way. And crypto has been tied in with the market. Well, this is the market. This is crypto. Again, this is the market. This is crypto. And you can see here that up until very recently, there had been a direct correlation. Now it seems that we have broken off and something entirely different is happening. Now, the question is this short term or is this long term? Because if I look at, and remember, I've been telling you that at some point we're going to have a breakout of Bitcoin, that it looks like that there is a lot of that there's a lot going on here, right? Well, if you look here, then this is kind of trending towards down this way. We'll see if it maintains this line here, right? So if it maintains that line, and then we've got this right here as another line, then what we've just created is a bull flag, and the breakout might be right there. Because if you can see here, we're not consolidating down at the bottom anymore. And I told you, this has been the pattern. This has been the long-term pattern that we've been on, right? Well, now we're consolidating in this upper area right here. So that means that a breakout comes, and most people, like if you listen to anybody, you're hearing a lot of people saying, like, look, Il Capo of crypto seeing a lot of demand here. Pump is coming. This guy's got 600,000 followers. He's been trading for a long time, and he's been in this market and understands what's going on. And what he's saying, good morning, time to squeeze those shorts. This is what's going on. There's so many shorts being run right now, so many people. And as a matter of fact, if you go look at CoinGlass, you can see the same thing. Like it's kind of everywhere right now. If you look at the longs and shorts everywhere, then you can see that the shorts are definitely, look right here. This is 5-minute period, so we want to take this as a 24-hour period, okay? So you can see here that just over 50% everywhere. The only place was Kraken that had over 50% going into the long. So it looks like the bears have continued to maintain their control, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because, again, we've had these markets pumping and we're not, right? Now, if you guys remember, I was telling you a story a couple days ago, and it was about a guy in Bitcoin. I'm sorry, it was about a guy in Ethereum, and that he was holding a 1300 line, right? He was holding this line at 1300 because he was a whale, and he was trying to avoid what happened here. And his price point, by the way, was right here at 1241. So the market started to sour the evening of Wednesday, and then it went down, 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 down. And then all of a sudden, people realized, oh no, we can start tripping some shorts, or we can start tripping some longs and liquidating them. And these guys had big long positions, and they started to push down and sell. And what ended up happening, they liquidated a lot of longs. This guy's long came right about here, and this candle right here, from here down, was just one guy. Over $7 million liquidated in one fell swoop. Now remember, that's probably the total swing trade on it. I don't know what his leverage was, but he lost 7 million. So that was a massive amount. And then it continued to spiral out of control for a little while as more longs got liquidated, and down, down, down we went with an immediate rebound and recovery. It didn't take 24 hours for it to completely recover from there. Now, all of a sudden, we can't get moving, right? So that kind of lends itself to where are we and what exactly is going on? Well, the consolidation is happening. And other than that little spike right there, and probably this line, like my line, probably, a quarter of an inch off or something at the bottom, maybe. So, but this also, by the way, says that, and remember what we said over here, when we're looking at Bitcoin, we can see this right here, and we can see this line. This is the play out area, right? Like if we're doing that right, then this is the play out area, and that's around Sunday, right? So Sunday night breakout wouldn't be unheard of, because the world markets are suddenly in a good mood, right? So where does it leave this one? Well, that would be right here, kind of close to the end here. Now this is the 25th and 26th where these two meet. So, it takes some kind of messing around here to get the spot right. But I mean, it feels like we're all kind of pointing at one little area right here where we're about to have kind of a breakout move. Now, you can see this right here. This right here tells me that this is a bear flag and it's heading to the downside. So it's entirely possible that we've got more time headed down, but it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like this market is headed down. Earnings reports are still massive. Everybody needing to make money is still making a shitload of money. So it's not like any of these markets are really struggling. So the only thing that you can say at this point is, and one thing that it could be is that there was so much money being made and so much opportunity in the Dow Jones for the last couple of days that people were pulling their money out of crypto and putting it into the Dow Jones to play the pump, and then that money is going to end up coming back over in the next couple of days. That is entirely possible, but I don't think that's likely. That to me doesn't make nearly as much sense. That's an obvious, like, oh, that's what I'm doing, and nobody does. Like, you don't see nearly as much of that as people brag about. So I'm not really a believer in that. There's somewhere or other we've got somebody suppressing this price, because Dow Jones doesn't do this and Bitcoin does this. That just doesn't work that way. So something's going on. Something is specifically pushing the prices down. And then it looks like, and by the way, you can see Luna Classic. Let me show you Luna Classic, because this really looks like, look at all of the wicks heading down here. This is the massive amount of trading that's going on. This is what it looks like when somebody is trying to suppress a price. What you see when somebody is actively trying to suppress a price, this right here, gigantic wicks, and these gigantic wicks are everywhere. You're seeing it happening. And look, we saw it over here. So that begs the question, who is trying to keep what down? So there's obviously a concerted effort in many different areas to keep the prices down. So I mean, I don't know where it is. Quant, by the way, down. If you were following me and anybody was paying attention and you said, oh, maybe I should ape into quant, and I said, no, don't, because you're going to get wrecked. When you called me at like 200 and 210, I said, no. Well, last night it hit 50%, a 61% drawdown down to 173 from its high. So if you got back in and you played that right there, then you got a nice little pump out of it. But now it's retracing back to that 50% level, and maybe it's gonna pump again. But yeah, I think it's definitely gonna pump again. I shouldn't say maybe. It's definitely gonna pump again. Just a matter of time right now before it and everything else along with it starts to pump. But Dow Jones, by the way, on the overnight, it started off like negative 250, negative 280. And now it's down to 142. So the early morning reports seem to be favoring another run today. And I watched a video last night, and it escapes me who the guy was. As you guys know, I lost my dog, and so I was kind of out of it a little bit yesterday. But I was watching a report from a guy, and he talked about he was talking about how, what this market really needs in order to make this next move, to make this next move, to show value, so that everybody is in a good place, right? What it needs is it needs another good day today, then it needs another good day tomorrow, then it needs to close out the week strong. Doesn't have to be a positive day on Friday, but it has to be a solid showing. And if that happens, then the rally would be on, right? That's what he's saying. He's saying that this right here, Monday, Tuesday, that's not enough, because that's not even covering a couple days ago, right? What we need to see is a little bit more of, some of this stuff over here. What we need to see is a recovery up to this kind of wick level over the next couple of days. Like if we can get another one, I think maybe he's talking about up here, like a 31,000, like a mid 31s, then if we can get back into this area, and you can see right here, we entered into this little resistance yesterday, and this is the next little level, it looks like, of like full on resistance and support for, so 31.3, 31.4. So if we can get there by the end of the week, then the rally's on. So maybe then we'll start to see some real positive movement, real positive action in the markets. Now, how does that affect Luna Classic? Well, as you can see over here, we kind of reached the end of our trend here, and we bottomed out. But like Sir Mix-a-Lot said, it's a mighty big but. I don't think that this is a testament right now of the enthusiasm of Luna Classic or anything like that. So just so you guys understand, I don't think that this is what is really going on in the market. I think this is all suppression brought about by what's going on here. And I mean, you can see even on these wicks, like when you get a pump, it's getting eaten up immediately. When you get a dump, it's getting pushed up immediately. There's a real fight going on right now. This is an incredibly volatile time. And, we were not having this level of volatility going back just a little while. Nothing near this. Now, all of a sudden, everything is being challenged. This is the type of up and down in a bear market that you like, Jesus Christ, this is how people get wrecked, by the way. This is the type of volatility that's like, ew, shit. You know what I mean? So we got to be very careful about what happens here going forward. But, again, Bitcoin is holding up surprisingly well. Like it's really kind of holding its position and its spot. So, it's going to take this market. I feel like And by the way, some people are pointing it out right now. Kucoin did announce their support for the 0.2% burn. So you're going to start to see Kucoin enter the arena of lunk burns. So, and by the way, this is what they've been doing so far. When you look over here at top burners, they've only burned 77 million tokens. So, they have not been with it for any length of time. So now the other thing is, does Binance then double up? Do they go to 0.2 instead of 0.1? Do they support the community because the community's made a more reasonable proposal? And listen, I still support the 1.2%. I don't like what we're doing right now, but I think that we jumped the gun. That it would have been better to do this. But you know what? The other thing to this is, and I got to be honest with you guys, if the 1.2% burn tax was legitimate, it would burn a significant amount every single day, but it's not. It's not, because Binance is bullshit, basically. They rejected doing that. And this 0.2 seems to be a decent compromise. And I think that's what they're looking for. And, we got a lot of Jeets out here that are just like, I'm not a millionaire today. I've been holding this token for like 72 hours. Why am I not a millionaire? How can I not be a billionaire by this point? Goofy shit, right? So that being said, this seems to be like a good compromise. And if you consider what Binance has been burning so far, and you look at the 2.5 billion, if they were doing 0.2, it would be 5 billion. And then if you come down here to the next big one, which they did right before, 2.99 would end up being like 6 billion. So increasing the burn like that and now adding Kucoin into the mix cannot end poorly. It's, maybe we'll start to see some mass adoption of that burn, and that would be significant overall to increasing the enthusiasm in the burn. And listen, when that happens and we see some progress and we see like some real progress in that, then you're going to see this thing spike. We're going to get back in this little area and we're going to be on the run one more time. So if you have not, based on the Kucoin announcement, let's go look at the Kucoin volume. I think before I jump the gun and tell you something crazy, let's go look at the Kucoin volume. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, the crypto wallet. Profit. All right, Kucoin is at 18 million. That's a big volume. Okay, so Kucoin is a big volume location. It's ranked 3rd overall in 24-hour volume, along with Binance. So all we need is Kucoin, Gate.io, and Huobi and Kraken to get in the mix. And Kraken's got a couple of different ones, so they might be a little bit bigger than Huobi. But Kucoin's down here at 1 million. Kucoin's over here at 19 million. Yeah, I mean, most of it is Binance. OKX. Let me rephrase. Let me go back here. Wait. So Kucoin is here, and then there's another Kucoin that was down here a little bit, but so DigiFinex, Binance. No, that's not. OKX, Gate.io, Kucoin. Yeah, if we can get everybody involved now, this is this is going to be something fun to watch. Like, this should be fun to watch because we're going to be seeing a transition from this downward sort of pressure to people being like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to see a significant burn. Now, we got to find out, when is Kucoin going to do the burn? We have to find out details, and we have to see who else comes aboard. But if we get this, and all right, dear Kucoin users, it is noticed that the Terra Classic community has passed Proposal 5234, which will lower the tax burn of the Terra Classic network to 0.2%. Therefore, Kucoin will support the tax burn deduction of Terra Classic and Terra Classic tokens when the 0.2% burn tax goes live at the Terra Classic block height of 9,878,400. Related follow-ups to this subject will be announced separately as soon as possible. For their information, okay, so they'll do it at 9,878,400. We are currently at, whoops. Current block height is Oh shit. So 9878400 is going to be the block height in a few hours. So yeah, that's going to be quick. So the enthusiasm. Now, here's the thing. What should be expressed to everybody so that you guys understand. The enthusiasm has waned on this burn, because even if we've got these burns happening, and even if they're supported at that 0.2%, here we know what we've got, and now we can look at it and say, well, that's not really as much as we thought it was going to be. Even if Binance was 22 billion, and even if Kucoin had been doing it the whole time, there's going to be some people looking at it saying, that's not really as much as we thought. You know what I mean? So, keep that in mind. Now, when we start seeing a groundswell of support and all the other places start to do it, and we start to see that that there's this mass adoption of this burn tax of 0.2%, then we'll start to see something different. So, I mean, again, I am not a proponent. I think that 1.2% we should have held firmer or more firm. But, we have to understand the investors are still the investors. And, if they really wanted that 1.2% on Binance, it would have been done. Like it would have been done. So, and then Rio, utilities will come back on chain for the 0.2%. They're not on the chain for that reason anyway, so I don't think that matters. Like, I get what you're saying, but I don't think anybody, like, nobody's joining or not joining because of that 1.2% tax. It's only been, I mean, it was September 23rd, right? So it's been just a month, and it's a month on a broken network with a broken chain that hasn't been completely fixed. Cosmos upgrade is coming. Then we've got Tendermint coming. Then we've got new validators coming in 7 days. We don't even have a functioning chain. All these upgrades have to be done. Then Cosmowasm has to be upgraded. Then we can have a functioning chain. But until then, nobody's building on it because there's nothing to build and it doesn't work. And we do have the validators that we have right now are DApp creators. So there will be some creation and content that's going to come automatically. And yes, there will be more. That's specifically why Tobias has been working on the partitioning pools, because he believes that would create a demand for Luna Classic, which would effectively be something really potentially good. Converting Luna Classic over to something else in a partition pool, and then letting you create your own thriving ecosystem, and you just pay for the support on the blockchain. So I mean, that's a pretty decent idea. And so is the USTN conversion. I mean, we'll see what this all looks like. We'll see what it all looks like. But at this point, the only thing that we can do right now is just like wait and have a little patience and see how this process plays out. This process is going to take a while. And listen, at the end of this, which should all be noted, and everybody should at least stop and think about this. Look at the support that we found. This is nothing short of amazing that the Luna Classic community since September, this is a September number, since September, we're here at the end of October almost, 6 weeks later, and we're at this number, and we just continue consolidating. Now, it is going to the downside. I'll grant you that. But we've consolidated in this area. We should have been in this area, okay? So that should give you an idea of the level of support that we have. And here's the thing. When you're trying to, and I'm the one who's always the asshole. You know why? Because you're coming to me and you're asking me, like, what do you predict is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Well, if there's no information, then within a day or two, we're going to be hitting this number down here at 22, right? Or 23. Why? Because there's no news coming out. There's no positivity. There's no pump. There's no reason for a pump, right? Well, now we got a reason for a pump. So now all of a sudden, kiss my ass for 23. It doesn't look like we're going to do 23 again. Or if we do, it's going to be a flash dump right before a pump, because, we can get this again, maybe, and then just go through another big moment. But I mean, excuse me. You know, it's tough to predict all the time because you never know when somebody like Kucoin is going to say, "Hey, by the way, you know that thing I didn't support? Now I'm supporting it." So I don't know. All right, so things to look out for today because I got to run at the 30-minute mark because I've got a kid who didn't go to school and tried to get out of it. So I got to go take his ass to school today. Um, and the IRL is calling me. So things to look out for today. We should see, by all rights, a correction and a breakout. So we should be seeing this Dow overnight, again, is down about 140, 150, something like that. It's going to start that way. It's not how the market's going to end, but that's how the market's going to start, right? So we're going to start with a nice little pump. Are we going to sustain that pump? That becomes the question. And the answer is I don't really know. But if you go look over here at the earnings whisperer and you just kind of just take a gander at what's releasing today. Today is October 19. Badger meter is in line. Northern Trust misses. Northern Trust was very, very close though. Yeah, okay. So earnings whisper is aggressive in there. So when they're saying misses, like they did miss, but no. Prologis did not miss. That's 1.73 on a 1.71 estimate, but earnings whisperer said 1.76, so they can call it a miss. So fuck these guys. Abbott Laboratories beats. You know the labs are getting money. Allied Financial. Okay, Allied Financial is a concern. 112 on 2 billion revenue off of 173 estimate. That's bad. That is companies engaged in dealer financial services and mortgage, corporate, and other business. So this rate hike caused a problem there. Baker Hughes beats NASDAQ beats Winnebago 302 on 299. It hit. Travelers 220 on 177. Jesus Christ, it beat. Procter and Gamble beats Comerica. Comerica is in line, so 260 on 257, so it beats. Citizens Financial Group at $1.30 on $1.21, it beats. M&T Bank 383 on 421. Earnings whisper went for 424. Okay, so that missed by quite a bit. So that's one bank that did not good. Elevance Health raises guidance. Now they hit 753 on a 710. So and now they're warning that they're going to be that there's going to be a problem later. Like most of them are, by the way. ASML sees revenue below estimates. Now, what does that mean? 432 per share off of an estimate. There was no estimate here. Revenue was 5.9 billion, but it's expecting 6.46 billion in the next quarter. And then last night was Fulton Financial. Yeah, that's yesterday. So, guys, there's a lot to like in all of the markets over here. So whatever's going on right now, look, you can look for reasons to be upset, and you'll always find them. If that's what you're looking for, you're always going to find a reason to be upset with the markets. But this market does not look like what they're telling you it looks like. So bear that in mind. Keep that in mind. And just know that you're being played. We're being played. We're all being played. And the Dow Jones just opened down 119. Now it's down 105. Now it's down under 101. Yep. Now it's down 86, 80, 72. So that dip is getting eaten like immediately. So we'll see if it maintains. This is the most volatile part of the market. So it's possible that I could go take care of my son, and then in 20 minutes or 30 minutes, this thing is down 300 or up 300. You never really know how this thing runs. But all of those earnings reports look super good. So anybody telling you that this market is dumping is lying to you, right? And that being said, if we see another pump today, then that's going to restore some confidence into, matter of fact, let's go over here. One last piece that we're going to do, and then I got to go. We're going to look at the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. So we're looking at 23. Yesterday we were looking at 23. Yesterday we were looking at 22 and 22 and 22 and 20 and 20 and 20 and 24 and 24, 24, 24. All right, and it was way lower before that. Okay, so I'll take this. Seems to be moving back in the right direction. So we're still in extreme fear, but it seems to be improving. Once we get a few good days under our belt, then we'll start to see some positive movement. I think you're actually seeing a pump in Bitcoin happening, I think right now, 19,188. I mean, minimal, not even 1%, but it's starting to move. So, all right, guys, that's my time. I got to go take care of this little shit. So this is not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I am always right. Sorry for the short one today, but you know, these little sucker asses, man, they try everything to not go to school. All right, we'll talk to you again soon.